Hold up. Yeah. Um, Hello, bro. Do I do? Okay. I'm gonna just go into a random game just to demonstrate the tactic I was talking about. It's not really like a very useful tactic, but it is something. First of all, the concept to understand is this. Oh, it's black one. Oh, I want pink. Yeah, a concept to understand is this. So this is the turn, and in Mahjong there's like 18 turns. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 times 3. So there's a total of like 18 turns. So like turn 1 to, let's say, turn 18 over here. Is this. And basically, a concept to understand is there's a few things. First of all, your sumo rate, so like you win basically. It starts pretty high, and then up to turn 18, it basically goes down to zero. Because like if you have not, the later it gets, the hard, like if you're not sumo already, it's probably harder to sumo. Then comes like your deal-in rate. It starts pretty low because it's very unlikely that you'll deal in the early game. Then it spikes in, like, let's say in the mid game around here, and then it goes down again. And finally is like the opponent win rate, and because there's like 3 opponents and there's only one of you, so the opponent sumo rate is slightly higher than your own like win rate. But it's again pretty unlikely that like it's someone's gonna just sumo on the first turn, but still it like remains higher than yours, and it also just goes down to zero. So because of these few concepts, the tactic that I was talking about is this: you divide the game into 3 sections: the first row, second row, and third row, also known as like the early game, mid game, and late game. And so the basically the trick to push versus fold is this. Hold up. Let me just go to only went to turn 9. Yeah, this one went all the way. Okay, so this one went all the way. So I can tell you now, if at this turn, at the start of the third row, you're not 10 pi, you're probably not going to win. So think about folding. Similarly, if you're not one shantin at this point, then again you're probably not going to win. And similarly, 3 or 2 or 3 here, you can say like maybe 1 or 2 shanten, you can probably win from 2 shanten here as well. But if you're 3 shanten at like this point, so at this, oh shit, so at this point, if you are 3 shanten, then you're probably not going to win, so you can consider folding. And similarly, also if you're high pi, so like at this point at the first row, if you start at 4 or 5 shanten, then again you're probably not going to win unless you draw some really good shapes. The only exception to this is when you have good shapes. Good shapes, which means just like if you have a bunch of Ryanmin and then you're E-Shantin and you have one safe tile, then you can maybe still win. Similarly here, if you're 2 Shantin but you have lots of Ryanmin, then you can win. If you have bad shapes and you're 2 Shantin, then maybe you're not going to win. Again, this is not a really good way. This is just like a trick basically. It's not like hardened fast, good rule, but just food for thought, basically, because of the thing we talked about earlier, like your dealing rate spikes in the mid game and your summon rate also spikes in the mid game. So if you're not like already 10 pi buyer, someone else is probably 10 pi, so think about folding. So stuff like that. Again, this is not really something that you want to just like, you know, put your life on, but it's something to think. And finally, I wanted to mention this. There's three things. You want to start at the tile efficiency and then read rigid theory and then read defense theory. This blog is written in a way that you first read this, then you read this, then you read this. This is like not me telling you that you should learn one theory first. No, the blog is just written in that way. Anyways, good luck, bro.